Hey, welcome to the Dream Tour podcast, possibly the last ever Dream Tour podcast because I'm thinking about switching the name. But the show's not done. But welcome to the Dream Tour podcast. We talk to different types of artists, athletes, entrepreneurs, different types of people. Today we have a comedian. We're going to be doing a lot more comedians in the future. I've been getting into the comedy world a little bit myself, and so go ahead and give us your name here.
Blake Townsend. I'm really upset you didn't include me as one of your athletes. It's very upsetting about that, but glad to be on.
Yeah, dude. This comedy thing, me just starting, it's been a blast, and it's been cool to like get to know a lot of the comics like you and the other people up at the Funny Stop, and that's the only place I've been, but I know you go all around.
Yeah, I unfortunately didn't meet a lot of comics that I wanted to talk to right off the bat. I brought my friends to shows and then stayed with them, went up, did my thing, and then got down. But I'm really enjoying getting to know the community of people.
It's fun. It's fun because, like, they're comics, so their brain's funny.
Well, you hope.
Yeah, you
hope.
Yeah, maybe their brain's not funny in the right way. It is amateur night that I'm going up on, so some people's brains aren't funny, but they're definitely funny.
Well, speaking of amateur night, gonna go right off the rip with this. Waleed is one of my favorite people to see there.
Waleed is freaking hilarious.
Not even just his comedy. He's just such a positive dude.
No.
He comes up and talks to me all the time and tells me how good I do, strokes my ego, gives me a bro job, as I like to call it.
Yeah. Oh my! I was messing with him at the last show. One of the girls came up and she said something about dating like a Middle Eastern guy, and she was like, whose life, and she made a joke about like she used to date this Middle Eastern guy, and she's like, but whose life am I gonna ruin next? And I was like, Waleed.
He'd be down for it.
Yeah, he made a joke about it too. He went up there and was like, hey. Waleed is one of the funniest people to see up there. I saw him
he may not be at this point stand-up comedy funny.
Oh yeah.
But he is a naturally, he's just going up there and talking, and he's just funny.
Yeah.
Like, he's a dude you want to sit down and have a beer with.
Yeah. Like, he's only been doing it a couple months.
No, I know. And I feel like such a dick by saying that stand-up comedy funny, but, there's a different level of going up and telling jokes.
Like an hour or, a longer period of time.
Compared to just sitting down and talking with someone, and he's someone I'd want to sit down and I know I'd have a blast hanging out with him.
I'll have to get Waleed on the show now that we talked about him. Waleed, expect a DM from me.
I mean, and he's Middle Eastern,
so
and he
loud.
straight up goes deep into the fucking
Middle Eastern jokes. Oh my gosh! The thing is, he has jokes going up there, and in the weeks that I've seen him, he's changed. He's went lighthearted Middle Eastern jokes, and then he's went harsh, and the different reactions and the different. It's been fun.
No, he's one of the people I enjoy seeing going up. I'm pretty sure though, told me how to spell his name incorrectly on Wednesday, just so I would pronounce it correctly. He told me how to spell it, and I'm like, I mean, I know some people named Waleed, and that's not how they spell it.
I don't. I know one person named Waleed, and I don't know how to spell it. Oh.
I want to say it's easy, but then I'm not gonna be willing to tell you how to spell it in case I'm wrong.
If you're gonna say it's easy, you better be confident enough to spell it on air right now.
Well, I know I have seen it spelled a bunch of times, and I'm pretty sure he told me it was spelled Waleed, and I'm like, there's no way.
He was like, this dude's really white.
He's like, I don't want him to fuck it up. Dude, and when I hosted, I'm sure you've seen Richard M. Teskey.
Maybe, probably.
He was there.
I've
last
seen
time.
him. Okay, I've seen him.
Yeah, he's a little hunched over posture.
Okay.
Says really, really weird things.
I'm trying
to me, he gives me Vaughn Wesley vibes.
I love Vaughn.
Well, no, I love Vaughn, but it's gonna be rude of me to say this, but I think he has some type of autistic disorder or something.
I think you said he did. I don't know.
Well, no, Vaughn does.
Oh.
For sure, Vaughn
yeah.
does. But the other guy, like, it's just a little socially awkward. You know, like, just...
Aren't we all?
Yeah, but, I mean...
We're all on the spectrum.
I'm pretty sure I am. I've... Like, as I hit,
Are we
like...
talking about the sexuality spectrum right now?
No, that's too many letters for me.
Yeah, that's why I quit math when they started putting letters in.
But no, when I was up there, some dude walked in, and Pete just goes, put him here, and pointed at a spot on the list, so I put him in there. And I bumped that Richard dude. He came up to me, he was like, did I get bumped? I was like, not my choice, man.
Oh my gosh, he got pushed back one guy, and he was that mad.
And the dude didn't even do 5 minutes.
Oh my god.
No, the first half of the show, almost no one did anywhere close to their 5 minutes.
I did. Yeah, I was 5, and I was 4.5, and I was the longest.
Yeah, everyone just went up there and then just cut out, and I'm like, glad I was paying attention, guys.
Oh my gosh, people were. There was a rough start that night.
It was not great.
That was my best night ever, though, just because the start was so rough, and I had like, dude, I don't know what it was. So I forgot my joke book, and I was really nervous about forgetting it because I've never like read out of my joke book on stage, but I've looked back once or twice and been like, where was I at? Oh, this bullet point.
And it's also nice to just look at it beforehand.
Mm-hmm. And like and also to know that it's on the table next to me. If I forget where I'm at, I don't have to come up with it. I can look at my list, my bullet point list, and see what joke I left off at.
You know what you got to be careful of? And I've heard other comedians talk about this. I did it too. When I first started, all off the top of my head. Didn't go up with a list or anything. Then one time I was like, oh, maybe I should take a list. And it got to the point where I had to stop doing that because I realized even if I knew what joke I wanted to tell, I would go, oh, okay.
Yeah. So in the 8 times I've been up, I've only looked back at it like twice where I just forgot my place.
Yeah. Once you start to get like where like you try a bunch of new stuff
every week. Yeah. It's half new every week.
Yeah. So once you get to the point where you go, okay, I want to make sure this 5 minutes is good.
Good. Yeah. That's what I'm actually, because the contest is about a month from now, and I want to try and win, you know, or be a finalist at least.
But you got to get, like, I know you bring your joke book up there, but like once you
since I forgot it last week, I think I'm done with it. I think it's staying.
It's the smart thing to do.
It made me perform better. Yeah. That's what because I went up there and I knew what I was going to say, and I was freer on the stage. I felt like the stage felt bigger. Felt like I could walk around more, you know?
So opposite of me. The stage feels small now to me because when I first started, I had, and I still have it, I get like really bad nervous energy.
Yeah, right before.
While I'm on stage, I sometimes visibly shake. My whole body will shake.
I did that my first time. I shook the whole 5 minutes.
But like, so when I first started, to stop people from seeing me shaking, I would walk back and forth, as whatever the size the stage was, that I was
get your
pacing.
Steps in. Yeah, get your steps in on the comedy stage. I walk back and forth, but like I feel like I turn my back to the far side of the room a lot.
Well, that's
there's never anyone over there.
One thing I did concentrate on though, and even now that I stand still more often than I used to, I constantly look back and forth. Sometimes I tell a joke straight to someone's eyes. Like, I'll look at someone and tell a joke, especially when I'm pretending I'm talking to someone.
Yeah.
I'll look at someone and say it. But I constantly, whole thing, like, I learned that as a server. Like, if you're asking something to the table, don't look at one person. You look at everyone at the table.
Yeah.
So I do that while I'm on stage. I'm constantly scanning the whole crowd.
Yeah, I like to look around a little bit, but like when I'm saying a punchline, I pick someone. I pick a person. It's like, I'm telling this joke to you now.
See, all of my jokes are just from personal stories, mostly. There's some...
I don't know where mine come from. I don't know where they're from.
But because I do that, like most of my punchlines, I just kind of look over everyone's heads and hope they laugh. I don't want to look at someone and have my punchline not work on them.
Oh my gosh, like that like elderly couple that was sitting in the middle on Wednesday. Oh my gosh, I was dead eyeing Grandpa, and he wanted to laugh so bad, but he kept looking over at her like.
That'll happen. Like, a lot of comedians make jokes about it, like, "Oh, you want to laugh, but you're with your girl," and it comes from a grain of truth for sure.
Especially, they were like probably in their 70s, like, and she did not look happy, but he was like, the whole show, he was like, he was just having a good time, but neither of them laughed the whole show. I was watching them like during everyone's sets.
Well, I was at the Funny Stop last weekend, or either last weekend or 2 weekends ago. I did a guest set there, and it went good. It went good, but there was a girl that was in the front row, and she was mid beer drink, and I said something, and she literally spat it out on the floor, and I was like,
yes,
that's a highlight.
Yeah, no.
That's a fucking highlight.
No, dude, I was just happy because I walked off that stage not having my notebook, having some good laughs, and I was like, all right, I don't need my notebook.
You don't need it.
I don't need my notebook. And that
And
made
I
me
mean,
happy.
you need it.
I need it
writing.
beforehand. Yeah, no, I'm still going to write my jokes down. That's how I memorize them.
Yeah, see, I wish I was like that. I wish I could fucking write jokes down.
I don't write them out. I write out the topic and the punchline.
Yeah. I basically, like, after I write a premise down, I'll write a premise down. I was like, okay. But then, like, if I'm writing, like, I don't write my jokes. I do set lists beforehand, though. Like, I'll write out my set list sometimes. And it's literally just, like, BB / pre-D / like, no fucking...
Makes no sense to anyone but you. Yeah, that's kind of how mine are. Mine will be just like one word. It'll just be like, masturbation. It's like, and then I talk about it for 3 minutes.
Well, first of all, that's probably not unique to you. There's probably a lot of people that go, masturbation joke.
No, everyone, if you don't have one, get one.
I mean, if you don't have one, you don't have a penis.
Everyone can masturbate.
Well, that's what I'm saying is, like, everyone who has a penis has one.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's true. They all have a joke about it.
Yeah, every guy. Because every guy is like, this is what I've spent most of my life doing.
At least a funny funny name, you know? That's what I should do on my cuz what I'm doing with this show is I'm splitting it up, and I'm going to start going in public, and I'm going to ask people questions like, I'm going to ask some dream questions like, what are your dreams? Like, I'm just going to sit down on college campuses and let kids come and talk about like what they want to do, but I'm also going to do things like walk up to people and be like, you ever get caught masturbating? Tell us the story.
There was a point where
Should I put that in the same video? Should I make like one video? It's like 75% like good heartwarming stories and 25% dick jokes.
Find your niche. Find your niche, man. If that's what works, that's what works. But no, there was a time where I thought I was getting away with masturbating. Like, I thought I almost got caught a couple of times. And then I heard from someone in school, they're like, so did you get caught masturbating in your Hulk boxers? And I was like, so I did get caught. Yes, I did not get away with that.
Oh my gosh, what, you're telling me like your mom told her friends?
My brother.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I shared a room with my brother for a long time growing up, and I thought I got away with some things that apparently I didn't. But you know what? In my defense, I caught him doing something that he made fun of me. Like, he's like, oh, it looks like you don't have a dick in your pants. Then I found out that he tied a string to a lock that was mine. It was my lock, so I'm very upset about this. But he tied a string to it.
I don't know where this is going. Because
I found it on our history on our computer. He found a website that said you can make your dick bigger by hanging a lock from it.
Okay. I mean, how much is a lock? Like $2?
Well, I don't know. Especially not at that time. I didn't buy it. My mom bought it for me, but it was my lock. It was red. His was blue.
Go get one. Is that article real?
Dude, it's
worth a shot. Like, how long do I got to do this for?
I heard on another podcast some dude like went to like this like native island, and everyone had big fucking schlongs.
Oh, nice.
And he was like, what happened? He goes, well, you wear underpants, we don't. And I was like, oh, so like gravity.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I mean, it may be true. It may just be those guys were bred with big dicks.
Yeah, but also, wait, have you ever imagined, like, what if we...
No, I have not.
Have you... Give me a goddamn minute.
Wherever you're going, I'm going to say no.
Oh, I thought you said you've never imagined before.
No, I haven't.
Never done that.
I've lived the most dull life ever.
Okay. Have you ever imagined, like, what would it be like if we just, like clothes are, like, societally normal. Like, we made up clothes, we wear clothes. What if we just didn't and we were just normal about it? And, like...
I told someone one time, I was like, it happened before where people just would walk around naked, and that happened. And they're like, well, what about kids? I was like, what if you didn't sexualize kids?
Yeah. Oh my God. Dude, people did walk around naked. We eventually were like, we're cold.
Yeah.
But like...
But no, like, we created the atmosphere of sexual organs.
Being sexual.
Like, those shouldn't be seen until a certain age. And it's like, there was a time where kids just grew up seeing it. And it was just...
Their parents walked around naked. Everyone they knew walked around naked. They walked around naked. It was normal. Imagine how that world would be like. It'd be exactly the same, except for freshman year of high school, when a hot girl walked into class, all the guys just... But like, it wouldn't be weird. Yeah. It would just be normal. Girls would just be like counting how many they got when they walked into a room.
Okay, first of all,
she'd be like, I got 5 yesterday.
That's a guy thought. That's a guy thought 100%.
What? No way.
No.
Girls care about...
No, girls wouldn't count how many they had up. They would count how many didn't go up.
Oh. Did they think that negatively? I don't know.
Well, I mean, girls in our society do, because I don't know why that the whole, oh, they're hot in a magazine thing has been real for so long. It's like, how do you not realize, like, not everyone looks like a fucking model? But you know what? Guys are still going to be interested. There's no woman on this planet that is unfuckable. There is no woman on this planet. Some guy, like, I've always said, if...
There's somebody for everybody. There's enough people for everybody.
If any girl could walk in, like, if she said, I'm too ugly, you know, no one will ever want to be with me, walk into a bar one time and just go, I want to get fucked tonight. There will be a taker.
Probably.
There will be a taker.
Yeah. I mean, he might not be the cutest fella.
No, you gotta lower your standards. you gotta lower, but there's always a taker. Like, there's no girl that's too ugly. I play this game with people.
I don't think there'd only be one taker. I think there'd be a fight. I think there'd be a fight.
Yeah, between two old drunk guys. Mm-hmm. But no, this is a game I like to play. Think of the ugliest girl you can imagine that you've ever met. The ugliest girl.
I can't. I'm trying to think. Like, I'm not picturing.
Okay, think of just...
I'm just trying. I'll just make one up.
No. This has to be real. Think of a girl in high school that you thought was ugly. First of all, I know your standards are higher than that to not think a girl's ugly.
Maybe. I'm just...
Okay,
I was such a little nice guy, you know?
The second part is, bet they have kids.
No.
Really?
I'm 21.
Not you, but
that girl.
Even when I was in high school, people were having kids.
I don't know. I maybe one person of mine. I don't know about any. Maybe there's one person with a kid. We're just like 4 years out of high school this next year.
I was in high school and there was at least 4 girls
I didn't go
that
to public
had kids.
School.
Oh, I should have known. I should have known. Looking at this space that you didn't go to public school. That's my bad.
Yeah, no.
That's my bad.
Wait, what is... Do public school kids not have posters?
No, they don't have lights, cameras, action.
Dude, they do. There's definitely some action at public schools.
There's a lot.
And I know that they don't have lights.
No, that's the problem.
The lights.
Public schools, if they're really poor, like I lived next to a school that was governmentally funded. It was a public school, but the government paid to keep it running because the taxes, they couldn't
cover it.
Yeah, they couldn't keep it running if it was just taxing the people that live there. But one thing, they kept their lights on 24 hours a day.
Why?
No idea. But they kept them on. They were never off. And, I mean, I went to a small school, and that was our rival. So, obviously, we made fun of it. Because...
Yeah, of course.
It was like, you can't
it's
fucking...
rival school,
you can't afford to fucking, like, have people live in your town, but you can keep your lights on at your school all day? Like...
Yeah. Dude, I don't like school. School's broken.
Yeah.
The way schools are funded is broken too.
Well, the way anything's funded is broken.
Well, do you know how the state of Ohio funds their schools?
Let's hear it.
All right. So the schools get a percentage of property tax from the area. So the poorer areas have worse schools. Yeah. Keep going on the brews. So the poorer the area, the less money your school has. If they just taxed everyone and split it up amongst the amount of students that are in that district, that means no matter if you were a poor kid or a rich kid, you'd get a more equal education.
Well, that's like, I'm a big LeBron stan. I'm gonna say that right off the bat.
There's a LeBron poster over there.
But
I went to his high school.
Well, did you? You went to St. Vincent St. Mary's?
Yeah.
Well, that's why when he started the I Promise school, like, some people got pissed. Like, they're like, he's starting a school and is going to take our tax monies. It's like, no, that money's already there.
Yeah. It's not charging anymore.
He created a public school where he gets some of the tax money you're already paying, and then
puts
he's
his own money to match
pouring money into it so that people can get food. Like, he helps parents get fucking, like, job education type of things, like how to get a job, like. And
that school's awesome, but the fact that he needs to do that is shitty.
No, 100%. It sucks that he has to do that.
We shouldn't rely on a basketball player to be educating children.
No.
He should be dribbling balls and dunking, but he has to teach the kids in Akron because nobody else will.
And dude, people have given him shit for that school, and I don't understand it. I don't get it.
People will give him shit from anything, but
I mean, the internet is half trolls for LeBron.
No, the internet is half trolls for everyone. They're all Russians and Chinese agents making us fight each other on Twitter.
Yeah, dude, are you on the NBA memes page?
No.
Dude, I followed it because my friend was like, hey, they put some funny memes, but it did what every meme page on the internet does, is like get a following and then
post the same stuff everyone else is.
Yeah. But NBA memes, like, it'll post something, but then the caption that it has a link to read something about has nothing to do with the picture. But you can tell there's bots just because people will go on there and just mention LeBron for no reason. And then it starts an argument, and that gets that page all those follows, all those likes.
No, but dude, people love to argue, and
the internet's great for it.
Yeah, I watched I think it was the last episode of Rogan. He had this dude, former CIA agent, and they were talking about how many actual just Russian bots are on our social media, just stirring stuff up. They told that one story that some Russian bots made religious groups who hated each other. They formed their meeting. They got them to meet across the street from each other on the same day.
They could fight.
Yeah, like they tricked them into doing that. That's crazy.
It's crazy that people do that, like fall for it. That's the crazier thing.
Is it though?
Dude,
people are.
Have you not read a comment on the internet where you went, "This is too asinine for me to fucking reply to"?
I don't do the whole comment thing, but Like sometimes I just want to be like, kill yourself, you know? Like stop whatever you're doing right now and just get in the bathtub with your toaster. Like stop commenting on TikToks.
I've been on like like a friend's page or something where I said something and then someone had something to say back and I went back and forth for like 2 or 3 comments and then I go, you're not understanding this, so what's the point in talking?
Yeah.
So that I feel like that's how I'd get with a bot. Like I read some comments and I'm like, nope, not touching that one.
Yeah, no. I don't mess with a lot of comments. Every once in a while I'll leave a comment on something, but it's usually like, oh man, that was awesome. Come on my podcast.
Oh, that's so on brand for you.
Yeah, no. That's exactly, dude. That's what I like to do. I like to make shows on the internet, and I like to tell jokes, and that's pretty much it. I like to watch Naruto.
Oh, dude.
Drink tasty beer.
Have you gotten further into the war arc? Where are
I'm
you at?
300. I'll look at the number right now. We got a minute until we gotta cut and reset the camera. So this will be a perfect 317. Shino versus Tarune.
Ooh, okay.
It just started. So I'm excited about that one.
Dude, it's gonna be. I want to hear what you have to think about it, because I was watching it as it came out subbed.
Like it's subbed for me. It doesn't.
Oh, you're watching subbed?
Well, you can't after episode during the pain arc, like during the first or second episode of the pain arc, they stopped dubbing it.
Oh, I thought it was dubbed.
Not on Crunchyroll or Hulu.
Oh, well, I mean, that's where I said I pirate things from the internet a lot. I found so many streaming ways to watch.
You kind of look like you could be a pirate. All right.
No, I don't have any scurvy.
All right, pause, guys. We'll be back in 1 second. We just got to reset the camera. All right, we're back, and last thing we left off at is Blake's a pirate, and I'm on episode 317 of Naruto.
See, they didn't know you were on 317. You looked that up after.
No, I think I don't know. We got 29 more minutes before we have to reset the camera again. I got a 30-minute cap on my camera, and I didn't.
But no, you
didn't know that when I bought it.
You just said that Naruto was your first anime.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, when you get to the end, we need to talk.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have so many people I need to talk to at the end. Like there's like 3 people I'm gonna have to call. I'll call you. I'll call Tony, and I'll call Zach. They've all been on the show.
That's what's crazy is that anime is now becoming big.
Yeah, it is. Like everyone that knows what. Like I saw Crunchyroll ads on Hulu.
Dude, Crunchyroll will animate an anime just to put their ads in the anime. I've seen that
my God.
multiple times. It's insane. But since you called me a pirate, one anime you need to watch.
Oh my! I know what you're gonna say. Well, wait. What's it? Okay, I don't know what it's called.
No.
But my friends are talking about it.
One Piece.
One Piece. Yep, One Piece.
Dude,
isn't it like 1,000 episodes?
It's too short.
Man.
Because what happens is, one, they have great theme songs. Like, so if you, I usually
dubbed?
Yeah, it's dubbed up to like 100 episodes less than what it is.
Okay, I can watch 100. I don't mind the.
Well, here's the
sub.
Thing. I don't mind the sub, but you're gonna say exactly what I think, where it's, I'd rather get into dubbed and then go to the subbed version once I'm out of the episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you want to get into it in your normal language and everything.
Well, and like the thing is, like, I don't like, because like on Naruto, I don't like to miss lines, because they like when they say stuff, it's usually something. Sometimes it's like, I wish I didn't rewind that 10 seconds to read that. He said that 15 times this episode.
Well, you're just talking about Naruto saying I'm gonna be Hokage.
Yeah,
believe it.
Yeah, but like. I'll rewind a little bit to see what to read, because I like looked away for a second, and it's like, if I dubbed it, if I looked away for a second, I could still hear what he said.
Well, that's why I liked dubbed for the longest time, was because I haven't been diagnosed with it, but if anyone has ADHD, I think I do.
I think you could get diagnosed. I think it's not hard to get diagnosed with ADHD.
Well, I don't want to be diagnosed, honestly. Well, because I'd have to see a doctor.
Yeah, you just go to the doctor, and I'm pretty sure he asks you questions, and I think if you answer them right, like it's like a pop quiz, like it's like a guessing game. It's like, what does he want me to say to give me this Adderall?
But no, like first time I did Adderall, holy hell was I productive.
You cleaned the whole pirate ship.
No, I recorded a 13 catch game in arena football intramurals at YSU and had 3 touchdowns.
Dang.
And the fact that I remembered that I had 13 catches and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's due to the Adderall. Oh my gosh. There was always that dumb kid who thought taking an Adderall before his ACT was going to raise his score.
Dude.
Didn't work for him.
I felt so bad when I took my ACT and got my score back because I put no effort into it at all. And one of the people that I went to the, like, we carpooled, me and 2 girls named Sam carpooled to the test.
What? Wow. That's funny.
But the one girl who wasn't driving, she took classes, fucking studied her ass off for the ACT.
Yeah.
And she got a good score. Mm-hmm. She got like a 26, 27 or something. I put no effort into it. I only took the ACT because I knew that's what I needed to do to go to college.
Yeah.
I fucking slept maybe an hour, went to the test with these girls, found out when they showed up that you needed to have photo ID, and I was like, what? So I like got on my phone like at the beginning of phones having internet.
Oh my gosh.
And I found out that a high school yearbook would work, so we had to stop off at the girl who was driving's house to pick up a yearbook that would prove I was Blake Townsend.
Oh my gosh.
Got to the test, did it, whatever. She got a 26, 27, and I got a 31. I felt so bad. I was like, she put in all this effort, and I did nothing.
Yeah, oh my gosh. That's pretty crazy. 31's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So my senior year, they got rid of the OGT. They replaced it with the park test.
They got rid of the OGT?
Yeah, they got rid of the OGT my freshman year, and they replaced it with these things called the park test. And then we took the park test my freshman year. Then they said, nah, screw the park test. You took that for no reason. And then they were like, all right, you have to take the ACT to graduate. Everyone has to get a 21.
Everyone has to get a 21?
Yeah.
That's wild that they put a number on it.
Yeah, and it's like a certain I don't know if it's a 21 overall, but I think it is. It's like you have to get a 19 in this subject, a 20 in math. It's like in English, math, science, and reading or whatever it is. You have to get certain scores in each one to pass that part of high school.
Really?
Yeah, and that's what they made it now. But I think they removed the minimum scores. I think you just have to take the ACT to graduate now. I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to ask my little sister.
Making you take it. Making you take it seems
fair. The state will pay for one ACT for you now.
Yeah,
like every kid in school gets a free ACT.
I was gonna say if they pay for it, like because it's $75, and honestly, there's some kids like my grandma paid for me to take the ACT.
Yeah,
like we didn't have the extra $75 as a family to pay for a test.
Yeah, tests don't do. I mean,
well, I don't think tests test anything other than memorization.
The ACT's different. The ACT's a little bit of a it's like what did you gather all those years you were in school? But like a regular high school test, I agree. It's just test your memorization, then it goes in one ear and out the other.
Well, the ACT is different because like when I took it, it gave you basically all the information you needed to answer the question.
Yeah, it does. It usually does. So it's like
you just have to fill in the blank at the end of it. Because did you take proficiency tests? Oh,
I don't know. I took a bunch of different types of tests throughout school. I had like the IWAs in grade school or something like that.
Well, growing up, we had proficiency tests, and it was like a whole week where we took proficiency tests in like different subjects each day. We got super buns. It was nice. They were heated.
That's what you remember?
Oh, and I also remember the breakfast pizza and everything. super healthy stuff to give kids.
Yeah, it was
They're
great
like,
for
we
'em.
need you to eat before a test. I was like, oh, these are the right things. Got
Breakfast
it.
pizza. Yes.
But we had to take proficiency tests, and now I'm completely lost because I was thinking about fucking super buns.
Yeah, that happens to me a lot.
But the proficiency tests were a lot better to me to gauge your aptitude
Yeah.
than the ACT was.
Yeah. I've always wanted to take an IQ test because, like, what is it? What is an
Well,
IQ test all about? Have you taken one?
Online ones, nothing from a fucking
I know it's supposed to be like
doctor.
pattern recognition and problem solving, right?
Yeah, mostly.
I want to see what it's all about.
Well, IQ tests really, I don't think judge much. Like
I don't know.
they like
I think IQ is pretty relevant. There's some serious studies with IQ and like what you, like
the thing
your
is
IQ
the tests
category.
are so they're not, from what I've heard, like they can't gauge what they say they can gauge.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, no test is perfect, but the studies done off of the IQ test and like based on your score range, they can almost always guess what there's like a list in each score range of what career paths go in this range.
Yeah.
And they're almost always right.
I mean, I've taken a IQ test online and I've gotten a 134, and then I've taken another one and got a 160.
Yeah.
Which 160 is fucking genius
yeah,
level.
That's genius.
And
that's Unabomber stuff.
That's not where I'm at.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm not an idiot, but I'm not a genius.
Yeah, I'd want to get one that like had like some regulators and be like, tell me how I did, see what it's all about. But like also they say a lot. From what I heard about the IQ, it's like there's a minimum IQ that people below that they pretty much don't get careers. They just won't. They just don't do jobs. But there's a certain highness that you either are extremely excelling in the one thing that you do, or you're just with them.
Yeah.
You're with the people who don't ever figure out what you do because you're too smart.
Dude, I don't know if I'm too smart, but I have never walked into a job and thought, I'm going to do this for 10 years. Like, I've no job I've ever had. And
what about comedy?
That's the only thing.
Yeah, that's the goal then. That's the dream for the dream tour.
Yeah, I'm not a 9-to-5er. Like, yeah. I'll do it because I have to. Mm-hmm. But
it's not in you. Yeah, no, I don't. I think a lot of people are. I think a lot of people want to do something that has to do with that has to draw on their creativity. Well, that's the reason I started this, is because I think this. Originally, I started it with the message is like, use your creativity. Go your creative route. Follow your creative side. Follow your dream. And now, I think I've kind of built up to where I understand that like just doing it is enough to saying that I don't have to talk about it as much.
Yeah. And
you can like I'm gonna make the show that I like creatively, and I'm gonna grow it. I'm doing the drunk show. You'll be on the drunk show pretty soon. That'll be a fun one. You're gonna love Big Tone.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
Yeah, maybe we should do 2 on the day you come. I think we're gonna record on Sunday next week after the Browns game.
All right.
So if you're down for that, we'll do a couple drunk questions. We're gonna try and record like 4 or 5 of them next week. If you want to do like a double feature, and
I'm down.
We'll probably bring one more comic too and do.
Like 5 episodes. Don't do that.
Not on the same episode.
I'm just messing.
Oh my gosh.
I just wanted to pretend like I had a big ego for a second.
No, I don't. I don't work with other comics. I would never do. That's so funny. No, but we're gonna probably get another. No, maybe not another comic. Maybe me and him will record 2, and us 3 will record 2. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
That's such a fun show, though.
I was nervous about it.
You were?
Yeah, if we were going to do it. I didn't know if I had good questions.
Dude, I asked if, like, a hot dog was a sandwich, man.
Whoa. I need to know, what was the end result? Like, what did you guys decide?
We disagreed. I think it's a sandwich. I think it's a sub. And he's like, no, it's a hot dog. It's a sausage. And I'm like, it's a sub. A sausage is a sub.
A sandwich is... The only argument you can make against hot dog being a sandwich is it's not separated bread. But
then it's a wrap. Then it's a tortilla. That's a taco. A hot dog is a taco. A hot dog is an American taco.
You right.
Thank you. Guys, I'm coming next week, hot dog is a taco shirts. Oh my gosh.
But no, it meets all the qualifications for what a sandwich is. 2 pieces of bread with something in between.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a fucking sandwich.
No, I saw this guy who has a theory that everything is either a soup, salad, or sandwich. Or you can be like an individual item like a piece of chicken. But fried chicken is technically bread around meat. That's a sandwich. Everything fits into those 3 categories. And he was like, ice cream, that's a soup. And I was like, no, that is not a soup, sir.
First of all, why are you so aggressive about that? And 2, you can easily turn it into a soup. You just keep swirling it.
Stop. Don't do that to the ice cream. Just eat it. Stop.
It's so fun, though. It's just going, woo, woo, woo. Oh, when I was a kid, I'd eat half the bowl and then just swirl it into a mess and then chug it. Which is why I look like this. So.
And then chug it. Oh, my gosh. All right, I've got some questions for you. I want to talk about... you were on one of our favorite podcasts, and I want to talk about your experience on there. You want to talk about it a little bit?
Kill Tony show?
Yes.
What do you want to know?
Dude, you were on the show. When was this?
It was December of 2019.
December 2019. You go up to what, Cleveland?
Yep.
Cleveland.
The House of Blues.
Sit front row, and your name gets pulled from the bucket.
Oh, dude. I fucking got so hyped. I fucking jumped up. I had a beer on the ground next to me that I knocked over, and all the people around me had to deal with while I was on stage.
Dude, so did you know what minute of jokes you were going to tell?
I had something in my mind, but as soon as...
You've been doing this a little longer than I have.
Well, at that point...
You were about at my point?
No, I was a little further into it, but maybe around the same amount of stage time.
Okay.
Actually,
I've been up like 8 times right now, or 9, because I did that crowd control show and really made everyone feel uncomfortable in the crowd and bombed it.
Well, around that time, I had started comedy in July or June of that year, and last Saturday in June, and I did a couple mics here and there. I might have been a little more into the game than you, but not much. Because I wasn't taking it
that seriously yet. Yeah, I'm an every weeker.
Yeah,
I just want to do it. There's a fly down here.
Yeah, I would go like sometimes like 2 times a week, and then other times I wouldn't go for a month.
Oh yeah.
So I wasn't taking it too seriously, but I did a corporate show at the business I worked for right before I did Kill Tony.
Really?
Yeah.
A corporate show. How do you even... They just were like, we need a comedian?
Well, we had a Christmas party every year, and I was like, hey, well, I'm doing comedy. If you need some entertainment, I'll do it. And they were like, okay, yeah, how long can you do? And I was like, didn't expect you to take me seriously.
10 minutes. 5 minutes. 2.5.
I told them 10 minutes. But so I did that, and then I went on the Kill Tony show, and I had my idea of what I wanted to say for a minute, but the second my name got called,
Gone.
Yeah. And I went up
How many people are at that show?
A lot.
Hundreds, right? Maybe 1,000. I don't know how many fit in the House of Blues. Down in Texas, don't they have like 1,000 people or something?
Probably. They have huge rooms there, or where they're doing it is huge.
Isn't it a theater or something? No, it's not a theater.
I don't know.
I don't know. Kind of looks like it from the camera view. I don't know if they show the stands very much.
But the House of Blues had it had at least like 100 people seating. Then it had standing room only behind the seating, and then there was a bar. So, probably 200, 300 people.
That's a big room.
Yeah.
And all of the internet.
Yeah.
He's got like tens of thousands of listeners, right?
Oh, yeah. He's fucking balling out. But yeah, I got and for the listeners, this may surprise you. Apparently a deep belly button.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. He told me that he was on the show and he was like, "Yeah, man, they put coins in my belly button." And I was like, "I'm going to get on YouTube like tonight." We were sitting up at the comedy club and I was talking about Kill Tony and you were like, "Yeah, I was on it." And I was like, "No freaking way. What episode?" And I was like, "What episode?" And it's what, 422?
That's what I told you. I think it's right around there. It's the Cleveland episode.
Yeah, it was episode 422, and I checked it out, and yet, for sure enough, they put some coins in his belly button, and I brought a jar of coins that I'm just
At least we got more of an interview from this than I got there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they were really focused on like, could we get this guy to put coins in his belly button? But then you got up and impressed everyone with your beer chug. Like they were actually up on stage like, all right, that's pretty impressive.
Well, that's one thing if I could say I have a skill, it's the ability to chug.
The ability to chug.
And knowing the best way to chugs out of each glass.
Really?
like a can versus a bottle versus a cup.
All right, out of a can, you're shotgunning, right?
Well, that's the fastest way.
Yeah.
But there's a technique to...
Like puncture the front right here. If you puncture the front like this.
Well, no. If you puncture it, adds airflow.
No, if you dent the front like this, it makes it come out faster into your mouth.
Oh.
I don't know if that's a cheating move.
I didn't know that, but I was gonna say if you want to chug from a can, you don't tip it all the way up. You just tip it like
as it goes, and you keep.
Yep.
That's so you're a chug master.
Yeah, and it comes from childhood trauma, I realized recently.
What did they make you? Who made you chug?
No, what happened was my brother, one time when we were at a restaurant when we were really young, he took a drink, and I took a drink right after him.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Why is it every time I take a drink, you take a drink?" And in my head, I was like, "Well, because you remind me that there's a drink in front of me." But I took that as every single second I can be taking a drink, I'm going to do it just so I can't be caught doing that. And it turned into a lifelong skill of chugging beer.
Yeah, well, dude, it probably made the college-aged years very fun.
It made me impressive to some folks.
Yeah, no. Dude, I got some party tricks, man. I got, I think, 800... 750 followers on TikTok from one video. I gave a tutorial on how to shake a beer and just crack it on your forehead. I can smack a beer in half on my forehead. Like I can demolish the can.
What use is that?
I get as much chug
beer?
as possible. I crack it in half and I'm like, ah. And then I look, and then I'm at the party and everyone's like, that guy broke a beer on his head. I just know that skill. I don't whip it out very often, but every once in a while someone's like, hey, you know how to smash beers on your head? And I'm like, yeah, I do. Yeah, I really do. And I'm not a slow shotgun. I am right now. I was fast as crap at the beginning of college, and I just haven't been doing it lately. I had a 3.3 second shotgun. On the last episode, I posted a drunk questions.
You know it's going to make you feel bad?
That's slow. I used to do solid 2.6s.
I've chugged a tall, like a 24-ounce beer at a bar out of like one of those.
Out of a glass?
Like the slender at the bottom, big at the top glass. I told someone one time, I was like, I could do that in 2.5 seconds. And they're like, fucking do it then. I was like, oh, that was a fucking boast. I didn't.
Did you do it?
I did it in 3.3 seconds.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But I can see that. I feel like a glass is quicker than a gun.
No, gun's fastest.
From someone who's a chugger though. I don't know. Some people can chug glasses really fast, versus like the shotgun. I've seen people get like close to 2 from like. But like, how I time it is I do a video. We video it and then we mark and then you look like from when it hits his lips to when we let it go.
Okay. There's a video on YouTube,
frame by frame,
of me shotgunning a BFC. Mm-hmm. Do you know what that is? It was a 32-ounce monster that they came out they called it the BFC monster.
Oh my god, you did a monster, dude! I shotgunned a monster too. No way.
But you can find it on YouTube, and I did it in like, because
what's a video called so people can actually find
Blake BFC Chug.
Blake BFC Chug.
If
Blake
you see a much more
BBC
attractive
chugs.
version of me in a Superman shirt, that's where you go.
How many years ago was it?
I was in high school.
You were in high school? Oh wow. And
Yeah, but
YouTube hasn't banned it?
No. But I shotgunned it in 7 seconds, like 7-something seconds, and I did what you did. Like, well, that's how I timed it.
Yeah, video timer.
Video it and press play, and from the start to the finish.
Check that time, yeah.
I was pretty impressed with myself getting 32 ounces in 7 seconds.
No, that's impressive. That's real impressive.
It might be 8. I might be lying, but
I think by the time you come on to Drunk Questions next week, when we do a shotgun timer, we'll run a timer for each of us and we'll put it on the video. We'll have Big Tony do it. Big Tony doesn't shotgun really. He's not he doesn't do it with me often, so I don't know how quick he is.
I
He's
haven't
not
shotgunned
slow.
in a while, but I'm still comfortable
Dude,
with
imagine
my chances.
like if you could clone yourself and put yourself on your shoulders, that's Big Tone. And go black. And turn black.
And go black.
Yeah. No, that's Big Tone. He's standing next to Big Tony. I still am like, dude, I can't believe they make people 6'6". I can't believe they come out that tall.
Dude, I went to school with two kids that were 6'4", and for some reason, a lot of times in the hallway, I would just be walking down it to go to class, and they would just be flanking me. And I was like, fucking pick a side, dude. Like, I can't keep looking up on both directions.
Oh, it's about time for beer number 3 for me.
I'm already on beer number 3. He's a slow puss.
Oh. Is that a Pokemon? It's like Slowpoke, but like an octopus.
It would be the porn version of Slowpoke.
You watch Pokemon porn?
No.
Not anymore?
Never.
Never?
No. I've seen ads for it.
I've
I've seen ads
There's no
for
way.
it.
There's no way. I just made that up.
Dude. Ash fucking Misty is a thing, and Pikachu getting it in, that's a thing. Like, if you've thought about it.
If you've seen more than one, you've either seen 2 advertisements or you were like, click recommended videos and you gave it a scroll.
I've been on the internet a lot longer than you, dude.
Yeah, you are. How much older are you than me?
I'm 31.
So you're 10 years older than me? Dang. I wouldn't think you were 10 years older than me. You look young.
Yeah, everyone says that, and that's why I have the beard.
Like a 25, you know?
Dude, when I was 27, I had a dude I worked with ask me, he's like, hey, have you graduated yet, or are you still in high school? And I was like, I'm fucking 27, bitch.
Oh my gosh. Shout out Dylan. My friend Dylan is 27. He gets ID'd everywhere.
Yeah, dude, I hate it. I hate getting ID'd. Like, it's like, what do I have the facial hair for? I worked a decade for this fucking facial hair to look older. Dude, why do I have it?
You notice I shaved my mustache. I had that trash stash sitting on my lip for a little bit. And I think someone told me I look like a VHS porn star. So I was like, that could be a good thing. Mullets are coming back.
When I first started growing facial hair, I only could get a dirt stash.
Yeah, I can grow a little mustache. It takes a while, but I just shaved it, and I looked at my face. I was like, it's weird because I had a mustache for 2 months. I look at my face, and I'm like, wow, I look like a child now.
Look, I had a dirt stash. You do look like a child now.
I knew it.
But no, I had a dirt stash in one of the Sams that took me on that to get my ACT.
A lot of Sams in your life, yeah.
No, it's the same Sams.
Just 2? 2 Sams?
There's a third, but it's my friend's sister, and we don't talk about her much, but... But no, the one Sam told me that I looked bad with a dirt stash, and I was like, "It's the
I
only
look worse without it." That's how I feel about my mustache.
Nah, when you were in high school though, you looked better without a mustache.
In high school, I couldn't grow a mustache.
Yeah, I couldn't either. I had the beginnings of a dirt stash.
Oh,
and that girl goes, You look better without it. That looks gross. And so, I kept it for a couple of weeks, and then I did a science experiment, and I shaved it off. And she didn't mention it one time. And when it finally, started to grow back in again, I was like, so how do I look without my mustache? And it goes, what? You've always had it. And I was like, you didn't even fucking notice that I shaved it.
Oh, my gosh. No, they don't pay attention to your... Sam wasn't paying attention to your stash.
No, but she did at one point. She's like, you would look better without it.
She called you out about it and then forgot about it.
Yeah.
And they come at us saying, you didn't notice my haircut? It's like a 1/4 inch.
Yeah, you notice a guy's haircut.
It depends, not mine. I'll get like a trim because I'm trying to grow it out right now. Dude, you won't believe it, but I had hair like halfway down my back. Like, it's probably almost 2 years ago now, but I kept it short for a year through 2020.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
And then
I don't believe what you're saying.
Oh, guys, I'm sorry that you had to hear that on the mic. We're taking a pause and then we're gonna argue about my hair length. And we are back again, and Blake doesn't believe I have long hair. I had long hair. No, I did.
It doesn't fit you.
I had
though.
a man bun. Dude, I'm getting back.
You made no, never mind.
I didn't make fun of man buns.
Never
I would
mind, that was
never. I
someone
looked
else.
beautiful in a man bun. I was like dark-haired Thor with a chubby bear belly.
Yeah, I made a meme about that Thor with the beer belly where I and this is me just trying to get into content here, people. But it was a meme of like showing a couple of basketball players.
Mm-hmm.
It was Jimmy Butler and Russell Westbrook like spent, playing a game, and then it showed Cam Newton avoiding, like, I don't know if you remember Cam Newton in the Super Bowl and how he could have recovered a fumble.
Oh yeah.
But he made a business decision.
Yeah.
Like he was like, nope, not ruining my knee. Like can't blame him for it. But he did that. But then
that's what he does though. He plays football. That's what the knee's for. Is playing football.
Yeah, but if he fucking falls on, or if he gets crushed that day, he's not making any more money.
Yeah, but he's got money. Invest it properly, dude. If you gave me a year's worth of an NFL player's contract, I could be set for life. I feel like I'm financially responsible enough to invest that properly.
But that's why when they get
Dogecoin all the way.
no, when they get into the NFL, the first thing old heads tell them is get a financial advisor.
Yeah.
Get your money fucking right. Because you might only fucking be here for 4 years.
Dude, 3 is the average. So that means there's a bunch of people who go 1.
No, there's no way the average running back is in there for 5 years. And that's...
We're gonna, oh my gosh, I didn't start my timer. Let's start at 25 minutes here. All right.
I think the average NFL running back is 3.4.
You got to think about
years.
all the players that never start. It's they never start and they just get cut. 3.3 years. So many players get drafted in the late rounds or picked up after the draft, are on the team for 2 years, get practice squatted and then cut.
I mean, practice squatted is still in the NFL, though.
Yeah, no, they get paid good money to just practice football. That's a blast. That sounds like a life.
I did a report on how those guys get underpaid in college.
Really? They're a part of the team. They do.
They're much closer to average individuals than the starters, and they're risking a lot more injury.
Yeah, no, yeah, of course. And they're spending their time there. They're a part of an organization that makes millions and millions and millions of dollars, So
that
they
could
deserve
easily distribute it in a much larger amount than they already do.
Yeah, I don't know too much about.
A quarterback making a shit ton of money.
I understand that though, but
he's
making a lot of decisions.
No. They're making a shit ton of money, but it's nothing compared to what the NFL is making. They're making a huge amount of money, but what the NFL is
but everybody's got to make their cut. The guys who do the work of the NFL.
Well, it's mostly going to the owners.
It's kind of set up now, though.
It's the owners that are getting the money.
They didn't. the people who built the NFL aren't making the money. You know, they didn't put in the work to make the NFL popular. You know, that's the weird thing about corporations that last a long time is like I see the value in like Elon Musk. If I buy from Tesla, he might be the richest guy in the world, but I know that he gives all of his workers stock in his company.
Compared to Jeff Bezos.
Also, he started it himself and he built it. So like he's earned all the money that he's made. Like he does it. He sleeps in his shop until his girlfriend breaks up with him, you know? Apparently that happened
Or
this week.
he fucks Amber Heard.
Is that what happened?
Apparently he was with Amber Heard when
Who's that?
God. Did you ever watch
I'm uncultured, man.
No, the MMA movie. Oh my God, I can't. Never Back Down.
Oh, I have. Okay, I've seen that, but it's been a long time.
She's the love interest.
Okay, she's
Never Back Down.
Okay, yeah, she's hot.
Beautiful fucking.
She's
girl.
an actress, yeah.
I mean, some actresses aren't Amber Heard.
Yeah, no, not all of them, but she's a hot actress, so that means like she's the top of the top.
But she was dating or married to Johnny Depp, and apparently,
I like Johnny Depp. He's hot.
I mean,
did I just say that out loud?
You're just saying that because you're trying to get his hair.
No, I am. I'm gonna be a pirate for Halloween this year. I swear to God, I will be Johnny Depp for Halloween.
Do you know, like, the way Johnny Depp played Jack Sparrow was not at all how it was supposed to be in the script.
Really?
Yeah,
he's interesting. He's weird, isn't he? Isn't he?
Yeah. Well,
does he do heroin? Was that?
I'm sure he did at some point.
Did he? Was it him who had a problem with that? I don't want to accuse Johnny Depp.
Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, okay.
Might be who you're thinking of.
He definitely did.
But no, Jack Sparrow was supposed to be like your typical like gallivanting pirate, like just the prim and proper and perfect. And he was like, "I'm gonna play him as a drunk."
That's perfect. Yeah, no, that's the best. That made those movies so much better.
He made the right call.
Yeah.
He fucking. All these other people who wrote the script, the director, everyone was wrong.
Pirates of the Caribbean would have been crap if he wasn't drunk.
Exactly. He made the right call there.
Yeah, he did. Okay, wait. Let's talk a little bit. I don't know if I think we were talking about something before this, but let's talk about a little bit about like your comedy a little bit. So, how often do you get up in a week?
I'm at the point where I usually get up about 4 to 5 times a week.
Oh, you're at 4 to 5 times a week? Where are you going? I know you're at the Funny Stop on Wednesdays a lot. You've got a co-feature contest coming up.
Yeah. Hopefully, it'll be sometime in October.
Sometime in October. Well, if we can get the date by the time I post this next Sunday, I'll throw the date up. I'll probably throw it in the description because I'm not going to remember this point while editing this hour-and-a-half podcast.
But I usually go to Pharmacy in Highland Square of Akron.
I'm thinking about hitting that this Sunday.
Do it. Just go.
What time? Can I just show up and sign up?
It's a open mic. You can show up. It was a showcase for a while, but like we talked about the owner of Crackpots.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one who was running it.
Can I bleep that name? The
No one of note is gonna hear this.
Hey, I don't know. Maybe Pete's gonna watch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sure.
Hey, we love the Funny Stop. I don't even know who Crackpots are.
Yeah. Okay, but
that's all I know from the Facebook group because I've only been to Funny Stop. So I'm gonna take a side.
My side is I get up on stage.
No, that's fair.
And Pete's actually giving me more time now.
No, I love Pete though. I love Pete. I went to school with his kids, so like it also.
Oh, you went to school with his kids?
Yeah, I went to school with his kids. The one son was a grade above me. The other one was like 3 grades above me. But like, we played football on the same team, and so like they told me he had a comedy club, and I remember when they told me that I was like comedy club, and then I started watching stand-up comedy just after that. You know, it was like 15, 16 years old. I watched stand-up comedy all through.
Oh, you started late with it.
Yeah. I started watching stand-up comedy 15, 16 years old because also my mom was like anti-TV until I was in high school and I could until like Netflix came around. You know, we probably didn't get Netflix till 2014 and I'm the age of the year. I'm 21 in 2021. So
I'm the age of the year minus 10.
Yeah. So I'm always
Or no, it's plus 10. Sorry, plus 10 because I was in 90.
so
Oh,
2014.
God damn it! I fucked
14
that
years
up.
old.
I'm sorry,
going-
people.
Yeah, plus 10. Yeah, plus 10. No, but I didn't watch a lot of TV growing up. So when I was able to get Netflix, I started. Obviously I started with Kevin Hart. Everyone was like, Kevin Hart, that guy's funny. I did Kevin Hart, and then from Kevin Hart, I went.
You say obviously you started with Kevin Hart.
Yeah, he was the biggest advertised on Netflix.
He was big when I was in college.
Yeah, but I'm saying Netflix. Yeah. When Netflix was getting big and everyone was getting
he was the first big comedian on Netflix.
2014, he put out his special too. So 2014, the year I got Netflix, the first comedy I saw was Kevin Hart's, big in advertising. I was like, what is this? And then, next thing you know, I'm watching Chappelle, Rogan, Segura, Kreischer, and Tom Papa.
Hold on.
All the Netflix comedians.
I was about to say, is that your lane is Netflix comedians?
Netflix comedians was my start, but now I've started to, I listen to Spotify comedians, Also, I just recently got into the New York, the three guys from New York. I really like Joe List, Sam Morril, and Mark Norman. All amazing. All of those dudes are amazing.
It's so funny hearing you list the comedians you're into, and because it's on Netflix, that's the platform you're used to.
Yeah, but Joe List, Mark Norman, and Sam Morril, none of them are Netflix guys.
But the first people
the first people were all my Netflix guys. Yeah.
When I started listening,
it was Comedy Central, wasn't it? Man, you're old.
Yeah.
You watch TV.
And dude, I think I did my first comedy set when I was 7 years old. I made my fucking parents and her friends sit down on the couch and listen to me try to tell jokes.
Man. See, you want to know what I was doing? So my parents sent me to Catholic school. So
you were doing Catholic girls.
No, I wish. No, I went to Catholic school, and so the first person I saw, because I didn't watch TV, I watched a little bit kids shows when I was a kid, obviously, but yeah. My mom would give us.
I almost said Barney, but he was probably dead by then.
No, Barney was around.
Okay,
Barney was around. I was Barney, Blue's Clues. Curious George. Curious George was my shit.
Curious George was still around. God,
that was my stuff.
I didn't know it had the staying power it did.
No, they had the longevity. I got the end of the longevity shows. Those Clifford was my guy.
The big red dog?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I got a big red dog. You see him? You saw him coming in.
No, he's looking emaciated. He hasn't eaten in days.
My dog is 25 pounds over healthy weight. He's a fat red lab, and he's convinced he hasn't been fed.
You should see the dog's head. It's big.
He does got a fat nog, and he's an English lab. He got those fat nogs. Man, I forget what I was going.
TV shows.
Oh yeah. So when the first person I saw go up on a stage was a priest. So I came home and was like, everybody has to listen to this guy. And I was like, all right, guys, I'm doing mass. I got up and I started doing mass.
So
I needed the stage, just like all of us other comics, we crave the stage.
Oh no. People tell me all the time, it takes a lot of courage to go up there. And I'm like,
I need it.
No, I was like, it takes courage for me to talk to you one-on-one. To get to talk to people for 10 minutes where they're supposed to stay the fuck silent?
and only laugh. All you can do is laugh. Laugh and shut the fuck up.
That's easy for me.
Yeah, that's funny.
I still get fucking nervous. I can't fucking...
Oh, yeah, dude, I gotta breathe.
Deny that.
I gotta do like a minute of... before I go up every time. I've only been up a few times, but I get so nervous right before I hit that stage.
Well, I'm not nervous about talking to people.
Mm-mm.
I'm nervous about I'm up here talking to you. I hope you're not fucking hating me.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I don't know what I'm nervous about.
Well, public speaking is apparently a bigger fear than death.
Yeah, I'm not afraid.
People.
I've never really been afraid of saying whatever the fuck I think. I just say it.
But you say it to people that...
Nope. that kid in school who told the teacher her husband was gonna leave her.
Yeah, but you can say that, but you have an army of little giants around you that will love the fact that you said that.
Yeah, okay, yeah. There was little kids, Yeah, no, but I was always just a bold kid. I don't know if I ever told a teacher. I was just an example. Like I'd say something crazy to a teacher, but I always would say what I wanted. But I don't know what the nerves is before going up on stage. I don't know why I'm nervous because I know what I'm gonna say, but I'm like maybe I'll forget. Maybe I'll have a stroke.
You want to know what the nerves are? I just said,
it's just the nerves in the room.
It's you don't want to go up there and have a bunch of people not enjoy you being up there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you don't want them to not like you being up there. That makes sense. I get the nerves, but once I get up there, I'm like, I'm here now.
Yeah.
I like once I'm up there, there's the fear leaves. Once I grab the microphone, it's like, what's up? You're stuck with me.
Well, that's how you're supposed to feel doing stand up is like, I'm up here. Like if people start talking, you literally can say, I'm the one with the microphone. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want. That's crazy. Dude, I'm just glad that I have like a couple friends there at the club like you guys that like, because I'm very new and you guys, I've been able to ask a lot of questions. I'm a question asker though. Like I'm a person who wants to know how other people do the thing that I'm trying to do. But also like if you tell me how you do it, I'm like, I can't do it that way. Now I got to do it a different way. Well, but it's also nice to know like, everyone, like, because everyone has different. I've talked to people about how they write their notes and how they plan their jokes. Everyone's different, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's why I say whenever someone asks me for advice or something, which I don't know why people do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some of the new comics have asked me things, and
Dude,
I'm like...
a new comic he asked me how long I was doing comedy because I had a good set. My first actual good set on Wednesday. And I was like, dude, don't ask me anything. I have no idea what's going on. I just got lucky. I made a weird joke. People liked it. I don't know. I made black people jokes to black people. They loved it. I don't know.
But no, what were we just talking about? I had it and I lost it.
Asking you advice. People asking you advice.
What was right before that? There was a point I said that.
The point that the reason you said that is because we were talking about like how I've been able to talk with you guys about how like just about regular comedy stuff, you know?
Yeah, when people ask me advice, like I always like preface it like you can take it however you want. Like use it, don't use it. I'm not a fucking professional. So like whatever
you get paid. Here and there, you've been doing some hosting gigs.
Yeah,
you're getting
technically, I am a paid comedian.
You're just getting to the point where you're about to be like, if you do well in this co-feature contest, you'd be getting more and more gigs too, right?
Yeah. Pete was actually really happy with me hosting last night. Apparently, he was like, "Hey, Blake, thank you," and I was like, "Well, that's a far cry from how you were before I went up there, so I'll take it."
Yeah, I love Pete.
But no, like if I give anyone, like comedic advice, take it with a grain of salt.
Take every advice. Yeah, that's life.
If you want to, if it resonates with you advice wise, like it makes sense to you, do it. If it's something that you're like, oh, that won't work for me, like you said, like
yeah, exactly.
It's like then don't do it. Like if you know in your heart of hearts that it's not gonna be something you can do.
I'm also a guy like that doesn't like doing what other people are doing. Like I don't want to copy anyone, you know.
Yeah. Well, I think luckily, as much as I like I love Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer,
I
all that.
Tom. Tom's hilarious.
But like I'm a storyteller like them, but I don't think it because they're professional level. Like I don't think my storytelling's anywhere like their version of it.
I don't even know what I am yet. I tell a couple stories. I like to, one of the things I like to do is I like to take a very normal situation in my life, something that I handled well, and imagine me handling it the worst way possible, and then tell that imaginary story.
That's a good way to look at it.
That's what I've done that. Like I did that with a story about my girlfriend. Like when I wrecked my car, she picked me up and we hung out and we just like talked about it and had a good night after that. But like I tell this great, like it's terrible. It's a dark joke about like what if I just like was a dick all night long? How would the argument go? And I make up this make believe argument between us, and it's super like that's super funny to me. It's like taking a situation that went fine and then just making it terrible.
Yeah. Well, that's like my biggest joke, my Pussycat Dolls joke. It gets my most laughs consistently and everything, and it's something that happened to me. What happened? Like my mom singing the Pussycat Dolls in the car with me happened.
Yeah.
But I spin it in like, what if she was singing it to me?
Yeah. You gotta put a little twist on that real life. Dude, I don't know what makes stuff funny, but I like when it is. But also I'm a laugher. Like everything's funny to me.
Yeah. I'm a
I hope the people who listen to this podcast are just like
This is the whole time. Every time we said something that we thought was fucking hilarious, they go
Oh my gosh. All right. Shoot, how much time do we have left here? We got about 7 minutes before this camera's gonna shut off on us, and I have to pee. So let's talk a little bit so we can see you at Barmacy on Sundays.
Euro Gyro also on Sundays.
What time is that one?
It starts at 8:30.
That one starts
but it goes late.
Okay, so Kent State where?
It's Euro Gyro on South Depeester Street.
You can see him there on Sundays, 7:30 at Barmacy.
Yeah, at Barmacy. Tuesdays at Twisted Melt at 8 p.m. Wednesdays, the Funny Stop.
You can see me at the Funny Stop on Wednesdays as well.
And Fridays, a show that I would really like people to go to because they pay me, is 127 West Waterloo Street. It's you know what? If I can't remember the name of it, I probably shouldn't promote it.
Yeah, no, you should promote it. You should promote it. Look up that address and just go there on Friday at what time?
9 p.m.
9 p.m. Just go to that address at 9 p.m. We aren't going to rob you. Actually, I will be in the parking lot with no shirt, no pants, just shiny silver luminescent stripper boxers with a microphone and a Bose speaker telling your mama jokes.
I thought me not remembering the name of the place would be the worst thing that was said about it, but then he goes, "We won't rob you."
No. It isn't a setup. 9 o'clock, 27 something street.
127 West Waterloo Street. How don't you fucking know that?
Dude, I don't know dude, I'm about to Google this place. I'm going to put it in my maps and we're going to figure out where it is. Give me this address. 127 West Waterloo, just Waterloo Street?
Yeah, West Waterloo, yeah.
Or West Waterloo. All right. Good. What's this place? What is it? Zoom in. Is it called Millennium Transmissions and Auto Care?
Nope. That is not it. No, the place is been recently renamed. That's why I can't remember it.
Oh, is it a comedy club?
No, it's a place that wants to host events though. They want to have comedians come in and
that's cool.
every Friday. Also doing a open mic on Wednesdays, but most likely
I'm busy on Wednesdays. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the Funny Stop. I just like supporting that place. It's a local business, and they're also they were a legendary place in like the 90s and the early 2000s, but the building burned down.
Yeah, and they had to move.
And one of the partners left and they were hilarities. Now they're the Funny Stop, and a lot of great comedians have started there. Dude, I didn't
know Steve Harvey started there until last night.
Yeah, Steve Harvey started there. TJ Miller has been there a couple times. I don't know if he started there, but he did a lot of he did some early shows there.
I heard TJ Miller.
Maybe his first headline was there.
No. TJ Miller's the dude from Deadpool, right?
Yeah, the bartender.
Yeah. I heard that he went there this last time and got so fucked up. so hammered.
That'd be so fun. To
And
be
he-
hammered with TJ Miller.
Well, no, he got hammered, then went on stage and did half his time and just was like, bye.
Oh my gosh. It happens, dude. I could see it, like, because there's, like, oh my gosh, when I did that crowd control show, and they, like, I did a crowd control show before I'd even done 6 stand-up comedy sets, like,
Yeah, that's good work.
yeah, the crowd control show was just like like I couldn't write anything. I just had to come up with it on the fly and like talk to the crowd. And I'd go up there and I'd have 1 or 2 things to say and then just be like, and I'd be done. I'd just be out of stuff. And that was terrible. And I just kept getting drunker and drunker because I was like, no, I can't be doing this. Like maybe if I get drunk, I'll start talking shit.
You know what the best way to do crowd work is?
Yeah.
If you want to ask a crowd a question, be ready with 2 answers. A positive response and a negative response.
Man, that's so much thinking. That's your 31 ACT. I don't have that.
No, that's what comedians have told me.
Really?
Like if you're gonna ask questions to the crowd, which that's what the crowd work show is, you got to talk to them.
Yeah, 2 answers.
You need to have. If you ask a question, you need to know what if they say something you don't expect.
That's okay. But what if you ask someone what their job is? I think you just have to come up with something there.
Yeah, well, that's where.
Then you just get it wrong. Be like, oh, so this is what you do?
Well, then you have multiple responses. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I work at blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, so you just sit in a cubicle all day like an asshole.
Yeah. Okay. I get it. I'm not going back to that show until I'm a little more comfortable on the stage, but.
I did it once and it went terribly, but
yeah, dude. Okay. Let's try and wrap up here because I gotta pee. We only got like a minute on the camera, so thank you guys for listening today. Go ahead and tell us where we can check you out. Social medias and stuff.
Oh, you can find me at Blake Townsend on Facebook. I'll be in a Browns jersey. Blake de Jesus 1. It's not de Jesus. On Instagram, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Check out the Dream Tour podcast. It's gonna be the channel's gonna be having some channel updates after this episode's probably gonna come out on October the second Sunday in October, and we're gonna from here on I'm gonna put out some announcements, and the shows are gonna be changing up the names of some shows. This show's gonna be called something different, but it will still be here. It's still an interview podcast, long form, but some stuff's gonna be changing. Go ahead and keep following your dreams. I don't know. Be funny if you want to be funny, and keep following your dreams. We're out here following dreams. I'm making videos and telling jokes. He's telling jokes and telling jokes. I don't know.
I've got a lane, and
he's also got a podcast. What's your podcast called?
Aggressively Average Podcast.
Yeah. He was gonna try and not shout it out. We're both making podcasts and telling jokes, so check us out. Support. Keep following your dreams. Thank you guys for watching today.
Peace.